Alright, so today everybody, I'm going to be talking about the EGL to Selkie pipeline and why I'm completely over it. I am so completely over it. This dress is super pretty, but for reasons which I'll get into in a minute, I am tired of Selkie. I am extremely tired of Selkie. So I noticed a year or two ago that a lot of my friends who were into Japanese designer fashion or British designer fashion had started getting into Selkie. And I like to wear all different types of fashion. I think it's fun to play with your aesthetic and just try to look your best. So I, of course, wanted to give it a shot. And I can understand the temptation if you're into Japanese fashion with like poofy sleeves or a lot of accessories, bows, details. There's a temptation where you're like, okay, I'm going to get into another type of fashion that is also super over the top and kind of eccentric. So you understand the temptation, but by the same token, and for reasons which I will get into, it's not the same. Like, sure, I made myself a matching bow with the extra 10 inches of dress that this dress was too long for me, but it just doesn't hit that same spot. It's fussy, it's doesn't have the flexibility on sizing that Japanese fashion has. And that's Japanese fashion across the spectrum, right? Whether you're shopping at Axis Femme, or you're shopping at Angelic Pretty, or Juliet at Justine with custom sized dresses. You can get this diversity in sizing in Japanese styles that you don't really get with Western brands. So especially for me, because I am on the shorter side, the Japanese designers just work so much better. They're flexible in sizing, so regardless of if you're kind of petite built, if you're kind of thick, if you are if you're athletic, if you are not athletic, if you are, various different types of builds, then the Japanese fashion will suit you. It's made with shirring in the back. Even when you go to the grocery store and you buy just a plain dress that you might wear to work in Japan, you're going to get a dress that is flexible. You don't have to be perfectly a small or medium. If you're a little bloated one day, it's fine. Versus with the Selkie, and I'll try on a couple more of my Selkies, but they're very much fixed size. Like, I could not wear this for a while postpartum, and it does make the dress look more tailored when you have fixed seams as opposed to shirring. But what you do with Japanese fashion is you would layer a cardigan over it. You wouldn't just go out with like your shirring everywhere and like your corset lacing undone. You would absolutely make everything layered and presentable and look nice, versus in the Selkie, like, you're stuck with it. You can take it to the tailor, you can wait until you lose some weight, you can buy 3 different sizes of the same dress, you can install a corset back yourself. But why would you want to have to do that with $300 to $1,000 dresses? Like, these Selkie dresses, they're not cheap, they're whimsical and amazing, and I really like it for that reason. But I'm starting to kind of get over it when I've got dresses that are small and medium and large, and they all fit. And if you eat too much, then you're uncomfortable, or like, I don't know, just ease of access, getting things on. One of them is very hard to take on and off, and it's a problem. Very few of the Selkies actually have flexibility in their sizing. And more than that, they're just very over the top. Even for somebody who likes Japanese fashion and likes punk fashion, British fashion, all different kinds of styles, the Selkie are still super over the top. So it's fun, it's awesome, it's definitely a statement piece. This one has elastic in the shoulders, and that helps me a lot. But what it doesn't have that a Japanese dress would have is it doesn't have any shirring in the waist. So I also cut the sleeves off my sugar frill, and this fabric is terribly itchy. Like, you'd have to completely deconstruct the dress, which I had tried to do. they're honestly not the best made. So for one of them, the very first time I wore it out and it fit perfectly, but when I went to zip it up, the zipper just broke. I'll show you that one in a minute. But yeah, this one is super fun, but it was just so over the top that I literally cut off these big poofy sleeves that go with it. So this one is called a Sugar Frill, and this print is called Fantasy, and it's terribly cute. It's very whimsical. Ultimately, I've been thinking of layering it, but it's not EGL. It is not the same, and even though you have poofy sleeves and bows, you can't just put it all together. The aesthetic is different. So I might try to coordinate this more like it's a jumper skirt, like Japanese fashion. And hopefully that makes it a little bit more wearable. But yeah, when you buy a $300 dress and you cut the sleeves off, like that's messed up. So that is the Sugar Frill. And this one is one that I think appeals to a lot of J fashion wearers because you've got bows on the arms, which we all love. We've got shirring on the arms. There's no shirring on the waist. I installed this corset back, like the dress actually fits perfectly, so there's a lot of excess on the straps, but very first time I went to wear this, the zipper broke and I had to put another dress on. So this is called the Marie, and got some lint on it from washing it. Sorry about that. Got some lint on it. But yeah, it's a very whimsical design. It's really cute, but the ease in wear just isn't there. It's very like stuffy and formal and event wear feeling versus EGL is kind of just clothes. So I'll try this one on if I'm able to get it over my head in a second. I usually have to ask for assistance because of the corset back. It's now really difficult for me to put on by myself. Yeah, and again, there's no reason. I got this on sale, but I still paid like $220. Tell me why a $200 dress is difficult and causes me stress when I put it on and breaks the first time that I wear it. And more so than that, again, just the aesthetic is a little bit stuffy and formal and honestly kind of old lady-ish compared to EGL or compared to punk or compared to goth. Like it's just a little bit more old-fashioned. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to express it, but that is the Marie. Gosh, the lint is like everywhere. So this style, and I'm again terribly fond of Selkie. I just wanted to talk about issues that I've had because so many people I know started getting into it, and I wish I had kind of just put a little bit more thought into it. I love a few of the pieces that I have, but they're not just like the Korean fashion, right? It's a lot of it is oversized or it's got little accessories and like it's more versatile. So like when I was in Seoul, I could just go into the little shops in the train station and pick something up and you try 10 things on and 3 things fit and it's amazing. But with the Selkie, all you have is a zipper. Some of the dresses have waist ties. Most of them have no ability to like shirr it. The best that you can get is this little drawstring, which is functional at the neckline. So that's the best you can do with a lot of the Selkie. And again, I love this dress. It's a beautiful cotton dress. It's great for fall. This is honestly one of my favorite things that I have right now. But it just isn't super versatile. I'm not going to show you all my styles. So this one is called the Beach Day dress. It's super wrinkly from washing. Sorry about that. I like to keep all of my stuff clean. I do have a longer version of this that has difference, not this one in particular, but the day dress. Because the day dress is the name that Selkie has for these princess seam styles. And again, this one, like the other day dresses, has a functional drawstring. Some of the pieces have these stretchy sleeves, which is great for me. To me, that makes it a lot more accessible and easy to put on. For some people, I know it creates issues where they have issues with the sleeves falling down. For me, I like the elasticated shoulder strap, but what I hate is the complete lack of any shirring in the back. And the next time where I do show off either an unboxing or just going through some of my favorite dresses, the next time I'm doing that with some Japanese dresses, I'll be sure to show you, because to me, I just think it's super cheap and a lack of detail to have a $200 or $300 dress where you gain 5 pounds and you can't wear it, or like you buy the wrong size and it's sloppy and it's falling down. There's no pockets, there's no shirring other than on the straps and the sleeves, and that is the day dress. This is one of the more common Selkie styles, is their puff dress. This is what they're famous for. They come in both cotton and organza. And again, I really like the cotton. It's got elasticated shoulders and elasticated arms. But what you don't have is any elastic on the back or any elastic on the pockets. So it's very limiting. I'll try this on in a minute. I will show it to you. It's really cute, really, really cute, but it's not super flexible. Let's see. This one is called the Shabby Chic, and the print is called Sweet Corn. And it's got the exact same thing I told you about in the others, where you got the stretchy sleeves, stretchy shoulder. And it just doesn't have the cute aesthetic. It's shabby chic, it's like cottagecore. It's a little bit simpler, but by the same token, it's so extravagant that you're going to get more attention. And if you're what you're going for is like, oh, I get too much attention wearing gothic style, I want to wear something plainer. This is a pastel dress that has, you know, a horsehair hem. I'm sorry, it's wrinkled. I just washed this one too. It's got bows on the sleeves. You're still gonna get a ton of attention wearing these big poofy sleeve dresses. So if what you're going for is casual, I would say probably stick to jeans and t-shirts or leggings and sweaters. Like, this is still super over the top compared to American fashion, right? It's compared to Ralph Lauren or compared to, I don't know, Y2K style with your jeans and your crop tops. Like, you're gonna draw more attention in this than just a pair of jeans and a crop top. And it's not casual where you can wear it casually. It's very comfortable. This is one of my favorite Selkies that I own, the Sweet Corn Shabby Chic. But ultimately, it's like, it's still an absolute statement piece. This is a brand new one that I just got. This is called a romance novella. I have not tried this one on completely yet. I'll try it on for you in a second. What I really wanted to try this one for, even though I hate the ruffle on the neck, because to me it's just like kind of ridiculous. I had a dress like this years ago and I cut the ruffle off. I'm not going to do that on this one. But look, like, this one has an elasticated neckline and an elasticated back. Just the upper back, not the waistline. But to me, that makes it a lot more comfortable and accessible. So that one is called a romance novella. The novel is super, super long, which again doesn't work great for me. This one is hemmed. I hemmed a ton of it off. This one is not hemmed, and this is supposed to be a short length. Not short, but midi, and it's very long. If you'll notice, I don't have any of the traditional puff length Selkies, because I've seen people wear them around and like their butt is hanging out, and that's just not my style. I'm not comfortable like that. If you are, then great, but I don't understand how Selkie's dresses are even either dragging on the floor or so short that your butt is hanging out. This one is called a prairie gown. I've washed it and dried it to get it to shrink. I'm not saying I'd recommend it, but for me, it worked perfect. And this is one of my favorite dresses. It has ties in the back. I know they made a short length that it doesn't have the ties, and people were complaining that it was falling off their shoulders. And again, these dresses cost so much money. Why do they have so many problems? So the one that I'm wearing, the style is called Ritz. I, again, made this bow myself. It's super fun, it's super whimsical, it's not as comfortable as other stuff I have, but it's very cute and I'm very happy with it. Let's keep going. Let me change this and show you how a couple of these others look, because again, there's that whole Selkie to, or my bad, EGL to Selkie pipeline, and I just keep seeing more and more of my friends wearing these, so I wanted to talk about them. Next dress that I will try on for you is going to be the prairie dress, just because this is one of my favorites, and I think it's super extra, but it's honestly really comfy. So I'll be ready in like 10 seconds. Give me just a second. I'm not going to put it on completely properly, but I just want to give you a feel for what these dresses look like. I haven't worn this since this summer, and it's kind of hard to zip it up. These are definitely not the most accessible. If I wanted it zipped up all the way, I would have to go and get someone to help me. But here's just like overview of it. No pockets. The sleeves are super comfy. Couldn't get it zipped all the way back, but if I went upstairs, I could. So, but yeah, you can see like it's got puffy sleeves, but it's still over the top. It's still like an absolute statement piece, and it's not casual. It's very much a dress that you wear to make a statement. The cotton was amazing because it allowed it to shrink up. It's a very heavy dress. It's got a lining that is also cotton on this one. But yeah, so it's a great dress, great statement piece, but just not really what I think people are going for when they're like, oh, I want to wear Western fashion. I want something a little bit more casual. I don't even want to show you the Marie just because I already know that it's creating issues with me to put on the corset back by myself. One thing you can do is start the zipper off behind yourself and then rotate it forward. And that does help. Try not to break any more of these. I again don't really understand how they're selling dresses that are that expensive and then like rip as soon as you put them on. And some of that, like you would think, oh, maybe it's just too tight, but that dress I had tried on like 3 times at the house and it fit great. Plus the little strap for this. Okay, there it is. There we go. So you can see this one is got a little waist tie. It's got no shirring on the waist, but it's got shirring on the neckline and shirring on the shoulders. And on the upper back. And it's super, super fun. Doesn't really match my shoes, so please don't judge me. But yeah, so I've got that waist tie. Yeah, the sizing though, even though it has the shirring on the neckline, it's still very structured feeling. Like it's not something where I want to go run through the park and play around all day in this. It's definitely like, oh, I'm gonna go to the mall, I'm gonna go shopping, I'm not doing anything too physical. Like this is great. This is, you could wear it to go to brunch with your friends, you could wear it to a nice dinner, you could wear it to go go to an event, but it's not casual, even though you're wearing less layers than you would with EGL. It still has a formal feel. I'm not gonna try everything on again just because it's, I think I've hit all the high points and I don't want to bore y'all. And I actually have more Selkies just because it's so hard. One of them I bought in 2 different sizes just because I really liked it, and it was secondhand, and I found one in the first one I bought was too big, and then I found one in the next size down, and I was super excited, but I still haven't worn it out because it's honestly kind of like club wear. It's one of the strapless strappy ones. I do have a strapless one, the French puff, that I haven't even worn yet. Most of mine are secondhand just because these are so expensive that I try to join the secondhand groups and find what I like secondhand. Now this dress is so cute. This one, again, is the shabby chic in the sweet corn print, and I think it's adorable. Love it. It's got nice movement. It's not too short, not too long. Comfortable. Shoe came undone. But yeah, this one is super comfortable. The last one very much felt like a formal dress. This is something where you can just go to the park with your family and have fun and run around or do whatever casual stuff that you feel like doing, and it's comfy. It's comfy, it's nice, I like it. So hopefully y'all like that one. Alright, I'm gonna do 3 more, maybe. Let's see. Try to go as fast as I can. And you can see these dresses, they just don't hit the same spot as the EGL ones. They're totally a different vibe. And to me, the EGL dresses, like, I want to wear a yokai print, or Selkie has like unicorn prints and whatever dumb prints, but they're just, I don't know, the vibe of it doesn't suit me as well. It's not as wearable. It feels too structured. Next one I'm going to show you is the beach day dress. So that shorter length day dress. I'm like 5'4"-ish, 5'3"-ish, I don't know. So I'll show you this one. Don't judge me for being short. So and sorry, it's so wrinkled. Whenever I wear these out, the cotton ones, I steam them. Not gonna show you all of my Selkies, just kind of selection of different ones, just so that you can get a vibe for it and know what I'm talking about. This one is comfy, honestly. I sized up on it. Is the cotton. Normally I could wear like a small or medium in this. I sized up to large, and it's super comfy. Way more wearable. The small one that I have, I hate wearing that one out. I don't think it would even fit right now. I'm definitely going to show you the puff, and then I'll show you the sugar frill, and that'll be it. I decided I didn't want to show off all the dresses just because they are uncomfortable and tedious, and they're whimsical, but somehow they're not as fun. This one is too big for me. I'm still having trouble with the zipper. I may not even be able to show you this one. Still working on that zipper. There we go. And this one again is a large, like it's too big for me, but it's still giving me trouble. Super fun cotton dress. This is called the French puff length, the French puff, and yeah, it's fun, it's pretty, I like it. When I was pregnant, the baby bump was like right here. It still fit. It's got a nice full skirt. So it's a nice dress. It's not made as well as like British or Japanese designers would make it, but, and if you wonder why my frame of reference is what it is, it's just because that's most of what I wear is like designers who are Japanese, or I don't have as much designer British stuff, handful of things, but that's kind of my frame of reference. And then like, of course, American designer stuff doesn't usually suit me at all, because usually it's for somebody who's 5'8", 5'10", and doesn't have the same build that I have. So yeah, that one is very comfy. You can't even really tell that it's too big. It's just when you have the Selkies that are the right size, they kind of like squeeze and hold themselves up. They're usually fitted throughout the bodice part of it, usually fitted throughout the bodice, and that's kind of what holds it up with the elastic shoulders. They don't do too much of the work. With some of the styles, like the long day dress, the shoulders are fixed. But with most of the styles, they're elasticated, which to me makes it more comfortable. I know some of my friends don't like it, but one last one and then we can go. Thanks so much for bearing with me today. This is something that I kind of just got the idea to talk about recently because so many of my friends are so into Selkie, and I feel like I've wasted a bunch of money on it, honestly. Oh, before we go, I'll put this dress on and I'll show it to you, and then I'll show you one more that I literally bought just to cut up. That's ridiculous. Like, I'm definitely going to stop buying so much Selkie this year. So this one is, again, called the Sugar Frill Puff. You've got multiple layers of organza. This one is lined at the top. Not all of them are. Some of them are see-through. I try not to buy those, and the ones that I have, I hardly ever wear, just because if I do wear them, I'll wear it with a tank top under it so you can't see through it. But yeah, that's, the length is like the bare minimum of what I like. I honestly prefer a dress to be midi length. Not as crazy about the maxi length. This one is good. Again, I completely chopped off the sleeves just because I thought it looked ridiculous. It's still super extra when it's less ridiculous. Alright, so I just went into my sewing room. And now I'm going to show you the last thing, and I got this jumpsuit from Selkie. It looked absolutely terrible on me and apparently everyone else because it went on sale like half off on the stockist I got it from. And yeah, I literally cut off the bottom of the dress and then completely reconstructed it. I have a little ruffle that I made out of the fabric. I'm going to reattach that fabric at the bottom. This doesn't even fit right now. When I first got it, it fit. And right now the bodice part is a little bit too tight. So that just shows you how these dresses, they're not flexible in sizing. They're not the EGL aesthetic. You can try to coordinate them like with the sugar frill or with the Marie. I could try to show you, I could try to coordinate that more EGL style, but ultimately it's a completely different aesthetic. It's this like cottagecore, shabby chic, and that's just different. So thank you again for joining me, and hopefully I've kind of like given you more information and you can decide and not be too tempted by these frilly dresses with bows, because some of them are great, some of them are $300 sewing projects. I felt like such an idiot when I had that Marie dress and went and zipped it up, was ready to go out to lunch with my friend, and then I had to be like, give me 10 minutes. I need to put on something else out of my suitcase because I was out visiting and literally had to find a bathroom, put on another dress. Like, that's super embarrassing. And that's not high end. Like, if you're paying this much for something, it should just work. Super cute, super whimsical, super fun, but I don't know. I'm gonna be careful buying Selkie in the future after the experiences that I've had. Thank you again, everybody. Bye.